because Robina knows I forget to do that. I start talking and then I forget. And then nobody else gets any of the goodness. All right, admit here. Oh, how's everyone feeling? Natasha.
I just woke up from a nap.
Oh, so nice. That's nice. Was it a good nap?
It was okay. It was about a 20-30 minute nap. It's better than nothing.
That's true. That's true. It is.
I just woke up from my nap too, as you can maybe tell. It's like on my pillow.
Amazing. Oh my gosh, all these naps. I want a nap. I didn't nap, but I did like relax. I relaxed in bed. So
well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all deserve naps from time to time. Yeah, whoever calls naps bad, well, shame on them. All right, so let's get started. So I have hit record. Yes, I have. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Welcome to day one of my 3-day experience. I just, I'm opening the doors to my membership, Tapping into Soul. And this membership, and a couple of you are in this membership, and I started this in June, and all I knew was I wanted to talk about the things that I want to talk about. I wanted a space where I could just take the things that I want in my life and just start sharing it and experiencing it together with other people, because it's all great for me, but I really wanted to experience it together with other people. I had this profound experience in my mental health journey. And I was in a circle. I was in a leadership training group, and I was developing a community project, co-creating a community project with my friend Julie. And they brought us to different sites every week. And one of the sites that we went to was this women's native center. And we had this circle of 30 people. And it was so incredible. Like, the experience is so imprinted in my soul. Like, I was in this space and it was just like something in it was like, oh my God, I want to do this all the time. I want to be in this type of thing all the time. And so that's where this all started, right? Yeah, that's where this all started, of me really desiring to sit in spaces with people and learn and share wisdom with each other and share the tools with each other so that we could try them, because that's what I felt was missing in my own intentional healing. It was in the peer support spaces that I actually grew the most. Treatment worked great for me. Doctors worked great for me. Everything worked great for me, but it was the peer support that carried me through and has led me to where I am today. And so that was the passion behind Journey to Soul. That was the passion behind me creating spaces like this. And so that was where Tapping into Soul was born. I certified as an EFT tapping practitioner, and tapping was just a piece of the puzzle. There were so many things. The ancient wisdom I love, Buddhism tradition I love, and so I brought that to the forefront of like, how can I teach this? I need to teach this. I need to share this information, and so I created that container. And over the 9 months now that I've had it, it has shaped and created. I allowed myself to fail, I guess, in my eyes, what I would have judged as failure. I allowed myself to play in that space. And it has now developed into something that is so near and dear to my heart. So I was ready. To open the doors. I'm ready to open the doors and share the experiences that I love in my own life and I love sharing with others. And so I'm Angie Mallory. Hello, most of you know me. And Journey to Soul is my creation, and it's still this entity, this consciousness that's still sort of developing and teaching me along the way and inviting me to up level and learn how to stand in what's true for me. And the more that I do that, and the more that I share this information and this magic with people, the more fulfillment I get in seeing other people rise and learning from other people. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. And today we're starting with grounding. And I thought it was really important to start with grounding because I operate from the absolute knowing that everything is energy and that we are spiritual beings that are here in physical form, and that's on purpose. I believe that we chose to be here. I believe we're here for our soul's growth. But beyond that, we're here to experience life. That's why we come here. That's why we come here. We come here to experience the fullness of life. And the fullness of life includes the really shitty parts. It includes that. And so tomorrow's experience, we'll be diving more into that, the understanding of accepting our suffering in this experience. Because when we can move into acceptance of the suffering, we can now cultivate all the greatness. We can cultivate the compassion, the wisdom, the fearlessness that we need to be able to move through this experience and still create the experiences that we want in our heart. And each of us wants something different, right? So I posted something today, right? About we are of the earth. These physical bodies are part of the earth. This is even in the Bible, right? The dust of the earth, right? This is the physical vessel. The soul is something, the observer within the physical vessel, but it is important to understand the vessel that we have. It's important to understand this body that we have. It has a nervous system. It has electrical currents running through it, right? And we all know the last 2 years has run a lot of electrical currents through us, right? And I think it's so important that we understand that just like in the physical world, electrical currents, when they run, it has to be ground out into the ground. The excess energy, the excess current, right, has to go down into the ground. And I thought it was really cool when I first heard that wisdom and looked at grounding from that perspective, is that we spend so much of our life, especially as adults, in this fight, flight, freeze, mode, right, of our nervous system. And so imagine all the energy that is just trapped and moving in our body on constantly. This stress response is constantly on, right? And so grounding is such an important practice where we understand that we need to take that excess energy and move it out of our body, right? And there's so many different ways that we can do this. And so we have to move this energy. If we keep it and hold on to it, it starts to create chaos. I like the word damage is coming up, but I like damage sounds so awful, but it's harming us. It's harming us, and we have the power to remove it. And interesting enough, on this post, I got led to like some really deeper thoughts around this, because a friend of mine had posted that, there's this message that's sent out that we have to look for the divine in ourselves. We have to stop looking outside of ourselves for everything, right? Stop trying to get energy from outside of ourselves and go within. And so she said, but, well, how did she word this? I wish I had even like made some notes on that. I didn't. So she had said, that's the standard messaging. Don't go outside of yourself for energy, go within you. But then in her eyes, source, God, universe, whatever speaks to you, this higher force is outside of us. And so I sat with that and I really thought about that. I'm like, in my own experience, how do I experience that? And source, yes, there was a time where I disconnected from source. Good evening, Beth. Hello. Thank you for being here. We're just talking about grounding right now. So yeah, source is something that's outside of you when you are separate from it, when you feel separate from it. And so a person who feels separate from source wouldn't know how to create energy within themselves, right? And so when she proposes, she said it's very conflicting. You're told to look for your energy within instead of outside. But if you feel separate from source, how are you supposed to do that? She said the way she knows how is to pull source in through the crown of your head, to ask source to come in. And I agree with that. That's a practice I do, right? I do this in meditation. We'll do it today. But when source comes in, what happens is we are free-willed beings, right? We're free-willed humans. We have to invite source in. So if you are disconnected from source, you have to invite source in. And then what happens is, this is my experience, right? As I invited source in, and as I kept doing this, I kept going into meditation, inviting source in energetically, right? It awakens something within me. It awakens this knowing in me, and that's the divine within me. And so source, the divine, God, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's outside of us, it's inside us, right? And so I think, this is just my opinion, but I think a majority of the world has chosen to disconnect from source. And we do it unconsciously, but I do believe those that seek to control us know this, and they program it, right? We're programmed, or we're programmed with so much trauma, so many traumatic experiences, that we shut it off. Because I look at, why did I shut myself off from source? I shut myself off from source because I experienced a lot of really crappy shit in my life, and I didn't understand. Nobody was teaching me why that was happening to me. And so of course I blamed it on source. I couldn't understand. So why do I want to be connected to that? I'm going to disconnect from it, right? And so grounding, I believe grounding, when we ground to the earth, nature, everything around us, nature, the animals, the plants, they are connected to source. They haven't disconnected. We have. So what is something that we can do when maybe the word God is a little triggering? Maybe this idea of inviting in source, something you don't know, is a little triggering. What about connecting to the earth? What about connecting to nature? What about connecting to those that are not disconnected from source? And I believe most humans enjoy going for a walk in nature. It calms our nervous system. It calms down that fight, flight, freeze. There is this wisdom that is transferred to us as we, as we interact with nature, as we interact with the world around us. And so that's why I think grounding is so important. If we don't move this fight, flight, freeze energy, this frenetic energy, if we don't move it out of us, then the cloud of separation is still there, right? And as we learn to move this information, as we learn to move this energy out of us, right? We now create space within us for more of that divine source energy that's all around us, that's available for every single human. You know, just because I might be more connected to it right now, I'm not any better than anybody else. Right. And that's, my mission is to help people understand I'm the mirror for you, that this is available to you. It's available to every single human, but we're free-willed beings and we need to choose it. It's our true mother. Yes, Robina. Yeah. Earth is our true mother. She is. And if you connect with her energy, you feel the nurturing, right? When you connect with her energy, you belong here. That's the other piece, is we are humans, and this is a traumatic experience being human sometimes. It's full of pain, but it's also full of brilliance. It's full of amazing experiences. But when we ground to the earth, we also create a really strong connection, imagining like the tree roots, right? We belong here. We affirm to ourselves, I belong here on this earth. I chose to be here. I've forgotten, but I chose to be here. And you start to feel that safety and security. And that's how you build your own safety and security. You create it from within, right? And then once you do that, now you might soften to the cosmos. You might soften to the universe and be willing to allow that energy in. right? And then I'm going to take it one step further, because we're not just here to love ourselves, right? We're not just here to love just the earth. We're here to love all the humans. We're here to love each other. We're here to understand that there is an overflow of love. It's called this stream of divine love. And when we can connect to the stream of divine love within us, we can allow that stream of divine love to move out from us. And I don't have to love, no, maybe I don't want to say it that way. How do I want to say it? Sometimes it feels hard to love other humans, right? Can we all relate to that? There are certain humans, we all have them. There are certain humans that it's a little tough to love them. But when we can connect to these streams of consciousness that are available to us, the stream of love, divine love, I just need to be the channel for that love. And I just need to allow it in and let it move through me, right? I'm the feet on the earth. We are the boots on the ground, right? And that we can channel that out. And we don't have to do anything. We just have to allow that love to move out and honor that everybody is a free willed being. Every human is a free willed being, and they can choose to reach for it or not, but they won't be able to reach for it if you're not moving it out. Does that make sense? So that's what I have to say. So we can take that also and not just harness it for ourselves. We can also allow it to move out. And that's how we shift this world energetically. And that was what was so powerful for me. When I understood that everything was energy, I now suddenly saw a way forward. I suddenly saw that, oh, maybe I can't do this thing. Maybe I can't change poverty. Maybe I can't change war. Maybe I can't change that. But I can move this energy out every moment I feel I want to. And it makes a difference. And Whitney and I were talking today. Whitney brought up the study of meditation. There's like these powerful, powerful studies about the power of meditation. And when you bring people together to meditate, you amplify this energy, and this energy goes out and it impacts so many people. And you don't have to do anything except being a channel for that. Right. And so that's what I wanted to say about grounding. If anybody has anything to contribute to that, if you're dying to say something, feel free to unmute. Otherwise, we will move into a grounding.
I think you said it very beautifully. You described it like we are a broadcasting system. And so if we can just call that love in, we can broadcast it out and change the world that way.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it right now. Right? We're doing it right now. Oh, I love that broadcasting. That's a really great way. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to invite you guys. We're just going to do a quick grounding meditation, and we're going to do exactly what I said. We're going to ground to Mother Earth, right? We're going to root down. We're going to affirm that we belong here. We're not here by accident. We're here on purpose. And just start following your breath into your body. With each exhale, just releasing. Notice, just move around in your body. Notice where there's tension. Relaxing your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees. Relaxing your thighs up to your hips and your pelvis. Softening the belly area, your lower back, rising up to your stomach and your chest. Start dropping the shoulders just a little more. your back, your shoulder blades, your neck. Just telling it to relax. Up into your upper arms, down your elbow, your forearms, your hands, your palms, your fingers. Just allowing it to relax and fall to the ground like gravity. Going into your jaw, your lower jaw, your tongue, your teeth, your upper jaw, your nose, your nasal cavity behind your eyes. Softening the forehead, eyebrows, your ears, even your brain. Just imagine it being open like a fresh sponge. Just comfortably sitting in there. Your scalp, the back of your head. And I want you to put your attention to the bottom of your feet, or maybe it's the bottom of your spine, whatever's touching the surface. And just imagine roots like a tree, just moving down, down, down with ease, right into the ground, into the dirt below, into the rock, the bedrock, the crystal. Just imagine all those roots as they reach further down, 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 down. They're anchoring in stronger and stronger, holding you to this earth. Earth is going through her own transition right now. We're going to connect to this new crystalline earth. Feeling that energy. She's here to support us through her growth, through our growth. She takes us all with her. And just start to feel that energy rising up into your body. Allowing it to come up, bringing it up to the heart. It's infusing every cell in your body. Feel this nurturing, this loving, this belonging. Think about a child. This is what they want so bad. This is what each of us, we have this core desire to belong. And Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, she's ready to give us that belonging, that need. She wants to fill this need for us. She wants to tell us that we're safe and secure, and she's providing for us. And now I want you to push this a little bit out into your aura. Security, almost like a little egg around you. And start to feel that nurturing, that belonging, that energy just outside of you, surrounding, behind you, on top of you, under you, in front of you. Everything exposed is just surrounded by this belonging, this nurturing, nourishing energy. And no matter what's going on outside of this egg, it doesn't matter what it is. You can still feel this right now. Just putting your attention in your heart, I just want you to affirm, I belong. I belong here. I belong on this earth. No matter what I'm seeing around me, this energy wants to hold me. This energy wants to take any of this shadowy energy that's in our bodies. It's willing to take it and transmute it for us and replace it with that nourishment, with that safety, with that security. And you're forever connected to it. And now we're just going to bring our attention to the crown of our head, And just imagine the energy opening up there. And imagining this white diamond light, however it wishes to express for you. It might be white, it might be gold, it might be silver. Trust that whatever you need is what's going to come. Just allow that to sort of wash over you and come down your body like gravity, pooling in the heart, filling every cell of your body, feeling this energy is like it's a reverence for us. Humans, we've been taught to not love humans, to separate each other, to judge each other, to judge ourselves. More importantly, that we're not good enough, that just the fact that we're human. But the truth is that's not true. We're a miracle. We're a miracle on this planet. And everything in the unseen, in the cosmos, spirit, the universe, our ancestors, our guides, ascended masters, they revere us, right? And we don't know this. And maybe try to tap into that energy that's coming in, that loves you, that wants to protect you, that's here to support you. Understanding that the human journey is really tough. Understanding that we're doing amazing here, even though we don't think so. And I just want you to let that reverence land in your heart, affirming that I'm doing important work here just by being. Just by being is enough. And I want you to notice how that feels in your heart. And I want you to start moving that feeling. Whether for me it's a warmth, it's kind of a fuzzy, soft warmth. And I want you to start moving that through your body, through every cell in your body, just allowing it to move right to your toes, to your fingers, to your brain, to the ends of your hair. Just filling yourself up with this love, this belonging, this reverence. Filling yourself up with it. Because I posted something today in the group. We awaken their hearts by awakening our hearts. And so we fill ourselves up first, and it allow it to move from us, through us. And now start to feel that push out gently into our aura, into this egg around us. This love. What does love feel like in your body, in your aura? This divine love, this flow. And we can move it outside of our egg now, outside of the aura, into your space, into your household. Whoever's in your household, just imagine them being surrounded by this. I like to invite them because they're free-willed. I can't force them into it, but a practice I do is I like to say, I invite you. My husband's in the house now, my children, I invite you, Kyle, I invite you, Alice, I invite you, Leah. I invite you to feel this love. Move it out even further, move it into your city. And whoever rises up into your heart, invite them. Move this out to the entire province, state you're from. Move it out further. Whoever comes to your heart, invite them. Move it out to the country. Right now there's so much political divide. Why don't you bring in You know, invite the politicians, invite them. Even if you don't like them, invite them. You're making this love available for all of them. Move it across the earth. Imagine the whole entire earth now has this aura around it. And invite them, invite the humans. And now we take this love and we imagine it turns around and faces us. Because what we put out there comes back amplified to us. So we just put divine love out there. And now imagine it turns around and it comes back to you. And you can feel that energy coming back and returning to you, to your aura. And now just feel around, feel in your aura, feel in your body. How does that feel? How might it be different from when you brought it in the first time? And again, bring it in now into your body, into your heart. Noticing that you're still connected to the earth. You're still connected to above. And maybe the heart softened just a little. Doesn't need to be fully. Took a while for our hearts to get guarded. And now imagine this just sort of closing up, whether it's a flower, a bloom closing up. Maybe you're imagining your actual heart, the organ. And just bring your awareness behind your eyes. Again, just acknowledging this connection that you created, that you sent out. And when you're ready and that feels complete, just return to the room, open your eyes. I love that meditation. I love the sending. I love the feeling of expanding out the energy. And it's like the more it goes out, the more I feel there is to give. Does that make sense? Like I can give and it's not feeling like it's taking from me. I just love that feeling. Yeah, Whitney, I feel harmonized. Beautiful. Thank you for taking that little journey with me. I hope you're feeling it. You're welcome. So we have cards. Let's go. I've never done this on Zoom. Have I? No, I guess I have. I have in the membership, of course, but it's just a small group of us usually. So this is a bigger group. Alexis, my son was with me and I held his hand through the meditation and I sent energetic love to him. Oh, this is what we can do. This is the magic. Whenever I talk to people and they feel so helpless, I can hear it in their voice. They feel helpless that, something on the other side of the world is happening and they feel helpless. And I'm just like, oh, you're so not helpless. You know what I mean? Like the desire is like, oh, I just want you to know how not helpless you are. Like that's such a gift that you just got to give your son, right, Alexis? All right, so Whitney, you're first up. I'm gonna go by who's on my screen. So the angels and the ancestors are the ones that want to come for you. I brought 3 decks because they're very connected to the earth to me. They're very grounded. And this one is the angels and the ancestors. And the messages in here are so understanding of this human experience. And the Shamanic Healing deck is the other deck that I brought. And it is all about everything is energy. It's about really understanding that it's all connected. Everything in this experience and without there, it's all connected. And they're very grounded messages, very practical messages. And then I brought in the Spirit Animal Oracle. And that's because the animals, they're here to guide us. Again, they, they're here to guide us. They follow their instincts. They are connected to all that is. And we love them. We love animals. There's a reason why we love them. All right. So you got the Earth Guardian. It's very specific to the Earth. So stay rooted and grounded. That's the Earth Guardian's message. And the Earth, all the guardians are, it's like they're here to hold the wisdom for us. Like they're here, it's just like we're holding space for all the other humans, right? To arrive here, to arrive where we've discovered, right? Because it feels so good and we know that they're deserving of it. That's like the guardians. The guardians are here to hold that vision for you, to hold whatever their medicine is, right? And so the earth medicine is grounding, is everything's connected too, right? You see there's this little web on his staff. I don't know if you can see, his staff kind of curls, and then there's a little web there, and there's the feathers. So it's like a little dream catcher. But what it reminds me of is it's all connected. It's all connected, right? The element of wood, the element of, the element of wood there, the feathers represent to me animals, right? All right, so take time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions that are based on strength and integrity. And the Earth Guardian represents the angels of the earth who bring the medicine of feeling grounded and strong. They are the protectors of the land and the planet, and they can help you connect with your mission here and how you can support the evolution of this planet. The Earth Guardian on this card is a beautiful part angel, part elemental who is non-binary, showing that they are a divine being without a human gender. Their staff, adorned with a dream catcher, shows that they have the capacity to help you ground your dreams into reality. It's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you are rushing ahead or making a decision based on more fearful responses, you'll miss out on the growth that you deserve. Take some time to just calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. Breathe, relax, and connect to your center. Consider what to do from this space. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than turn into a weed that you'll have to deal with. It's funny, it's really aligned with like the conversation we were even having today. That's amazing. So yeah, I hope that resonates. It's so fitting, exactly what we just did. Awesome, you're welcome. All right, Robina, the animals want to talk to you. It's funny, I was detached from this animal oracle for a while, and lately it's been like getting my attention like all the time. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I talk about this a lot, like there's a really big shift happening, and I can feel it coming from the earth, coming from like, I don't know, the energetic grid maybe of the earth. Like I'm feeling it, and it's seeping into me, and it just feels like the animals, it feels like nature, even the elements know, right? They know something that we don't know maybe. And that's kind of what I've been taking that as, the animal spirits wanting to, hey, don't worry. Don't worry. We know what's happening. You don't need to know. Just connect with us, just ground with us, right? They are so much more in tune to energy, I think. They know what's up. Yeah. They do. If you even think about it, I was having a conversation recently, and they are so instinctual. Maybe that was from Jordan Peterson's book. Is it that? No, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I read so many things, listen to so many things, but there was like, it made me think like, oh yeah, they're so instinctual. They don't even second guess, right? They have an instinct. They go. They, you know what I mean? And we second guess, and so we have so much to learn from them. Their medicine is so helpful. So Robina, turtle spirit jumped out, and turtle is all about slow and steady, right? Be patient, slow down. It wins, like slow and steady wins the race. That's actually what it says. And you imagine the turtle too has the shell, right? And so it's very guarded. It's to protect that vulnerable part of itself. And it's almost like because it goes so slow, it needs that hard shell. It's like more vulnerable because it goes so slow, right? And so the medicine of turtle is allow it to protect you. You don't have to create the shell around your heart. You don't have to create the armor around your heart. If you call in turtle's medicine, turtle will protect you for you. And then it'll allow you, if you give yourself permission, to go slow, to move slower, because that's where we're headed. That's the world we're moving into, right? That feels totally counterintuitive to how we live. Totally. Okay, so turtle spirit's message is turtle spirit arrives to remind you that when you do what you need to do, putting one foot in front of the other and trusting that you will see your intentions manifest in perfect timing. I feel like I didn't say that right. Turtle spirit arrives to remind you that when you do what you need to do, putting one foot in front of the other and trusting that you will see your intentions manifest in perfect timing, your prosperity and your love will grow exponentially. Now is not the time to rush around trying to force matters. Move slowly, perhaps even so slowly that it almost feels like you're not moving at all. This may be a time to crawl before walking, taking your time to align to turtle spirit's place as you contemplate this road that you're on, doing what you need to do in this small moment that will soon pass. Turtle spirit reminds you that sometimes the best action is to slow right down. So if it feels as if you're not doing enough, know that simply being aware of what is happening right now may be an important step towards determining whether you need to pivot or simply keep putting one foot in front of the other. True love and true success comes with patience, says Turtle Spirit. Focus on the now, and the next step will be clear. Yeah, does that resonate? I'd love to hear. It's an important message, I think, for all of us.
Yeah, very much so. I'm kind of in the beginning stages of like creating a program, which is, I don't know, very daunting.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh my God, I got to get it done. Oh my God, I got to work on it. Oh my God. And I don't know. I know I shouldn't if I'm not feeling inspired to. But then there's that like little nagging voice that likes to pipe up all the time. So yeah, definitely resonates for sure.
Yeah, I know that too well. That voice. Yeah, it's so interesting. Like slowing down takes so much effort, it feels like.
Yeah, 100%. And then things will happen in my body. Like yesterday morning, I like popped something in my neck and my muscles all seized. So it's like things like that happen where I literally can't do anything. And I'm like, okay, I'll just lay here. Try not to cry. Like it's just unbelievable. But yeah, keeps happening. I haven't learned yet.
Well,
I'll keep,
Spirit will just keep giving
turtle
you
in
the
mind.
messages. Yeah. We used to, when we were doing My Free Hamilton, that community project, Julie and I, that was our thing. We would say, turtle, it's time to turtle. Like, and we would turtle, like, turtle hides in his shell, right? Like, nope, nope, don't want to face the world right now. Don't want to do that thing right now. And it's okay. And a turtle feels, I don't know, turtle energy feels kind of fun to me and playful. Like, oh, no. It's like they totally embrace their fear of the world. Like, like, nope, don't like that. I'm just going to go in my shell. Yeah. Thank God for my shell. All right, Alexa.
Yeah, they totally embody that freeze.
Yeah.
No, I'm not here. You can't find me.
Nope. All right, Alexis, I have you and the angels and ancestors want to come for you. Let's see what they have to say for you. I'm feeling a slowdown energy with this too. Oh, but that's not the message you got. The message you got is High Priestess, which is harness your mystic powers. And you'll notice the Egyptian theme in it, right? And the High Priestess is, the teacher. It's the teacher, but the teacher that understands that she co-creates, right? She is not, it's not coming from ego, it's coming through her to teach. And she owns that connection. She owns that channel, right? And she moves that information out. All right, so High Priestess, harness mystic power, align with the light and focus on all things positive. So the High Priestess is the physical embodiment of the divine feminine, the goddess in human form. She's had many names through time and space, but her essence has remained similar. She's fierce, powerful, and disciplined. In many traditions, particularly pre-Christian and the High Priestess was in charge of spiritual and religious orders and was the voice of authority and guidance from the gods. The High Priestess in this deck is the consort and partner of the High Priest. If you look at them together, you'll see that they mirror each other's energy. She is joined by a black cat representing the Egyptian goddess Bast, who protects her from lower energies, and she stands strong in her glory and power. So you are a mystic with the capacity to connect with energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you're working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you are unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you the guidance that will be important for your growth. And so it's like I said, like what I'm getting, like sort of the vision, I'm sort of, it's the channel again. That message is coming in strong tonight, period, on this call, is that we don't have to do anything. We're coming out of this paradigm of do. You have to do everything, you have to force everything, you have to control everything. And this High Priestess energy is like, no, she just needs to connect with that higher wisdom. She just needs to connect with that magical force and allow it to express through her and let it do the work. Just like I was talking about that divine love, right? Let it do the work. You just use your intention to direct it.
This did resonate a lot. So I appreciate that. It was
Yeah.
very interesting that's what I got, because I've been working on trying to kind of connect in that way. And I've been studying a lot about femininity and divine feminine, and that we can just be, we don't have to do.
Yeah.
And I struggle a lot with that. So, and I do consider myself to be empathic, but I tend to I don't know if you can hear me because I have headphones on.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. That I kind of push that away.
Mhm.
in some ways, because I know it's so powerful and it kind of scares me a little bit. So I'll just kind of like, no, 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 I don't want to deal with that. So that really actually did speak to me. So thank you.
Yeah, awesome. You're welcome. It's a really powerful card. It's like a big call for, there is something that wants to move through you, that wants to be created through you, as a message for humanity.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Zoya. All right, so shamanic healing wants to come through for you. How are you, Zoya?
I'm doing okay, thank you.
Good. When I pull cards from the shamanic healing, I really love pulling, well, it's actually recommended by the creator of the deck, but is to pull a card and then pull the very bottom card, because the bottom card serves as a foundation to whatever the message is that wants to come through. So I'll be pulling 2 cards in this deck for you. So honoring your energy, and underneath that is abundance. So I'm getting the sense of when you honor your energy, you see there's this a vine that's growing. So there's the honoring your energy, this vine that's growing, and I see that as the abundance actually, right? So when you honor your energy, it's almost like, you reach up, you get closer and closer to the sun. The sun is, considered that masculine energy, that God energy, that, we get closer and closer and closer to our abundance, to everything, right? And so it's about stewarding your energy. I know you're in Laura's circle, and Laura always talks about energy stewardship. And so honoring your energy, we all have those days when we are disinclined to do anything. We try all sorts of mental tricks to talk ourselves into doing what we should be doing. Does this ever work? Nope. We end up feeling guilty, a very low vibration, for not getting anything done, which causes us to try twice as hard the next day, which then causes us to get overwhelmed and exhausted, which then leads to becoming caught up in a vicious cycle. So your body has rhythms, just as everything else on this earth does. Flowers, trees, plants, and the elements. The tides ebb and flow, the sun and moon rise and set, animals hibernate, and flowers grow, bloom, and go dormant. You need to listen to the inherent cycles within you. Rest when you need to, work when you need to. Do not try to outthink the natural rhythms. Go easy on yourself and reserve judgment. You are your own harshest critic. And so the foundation of this message is abundance, right? And abundance, abundance isn't just speaking of our, material, our money, right? It's also abundance, wisdom, abundance of the people, the relationships that we have, our health, abundance of health, right? Our vitality. And so under this, like what I'm getting the feeling of is perhaps, not honoring the energy has been slowing down the flow of abundance in our life in all the ways. I'm not actually getting the feeling like this is money related. I'm literally getting it's holding back vitality from us. It's holding back the goodness of life, the richness of life is in the abundance. And so once you honor your energy, the abundance just starts to flow in all the different ways. Like I'm seeing it come in from all the different ways that you'll just be filled with abundance. You won't even know, right? What it is, what's coming in. So the message of abundance takes on many forms: material possessions, friendships, excellent health, emotional stability, unique experiences. And when you lock yourself into a narrow view on what defines abundance, you lose out on the whole picture of what it could mean. And that's what I'm seeing, like all these entrances of abundance. Open yourself up to as many forms of wealth and abundance that are possible and watch your blessings multiply. Always remember that focusing on what you do not have is a surefire way to feed the energy and make that your truth. Every day, watch for signs of abundance from the universe, acknowledge and be thankful, thus encouraging the continued flow of energy. Remember, the universe will always provide you with what you need. I'm reminded of what I was saying in the grounding too. The earth will always provide us what we need to. Thank you so much. This speaks a lot to me. You're welcome, Zoya. I think this is like all these messages. This is the beauty of doing these like readings together. It's for the collective too, right? My intention when I'm reading cards is I'm calling on our creator to, you know, what serves the highest good of everyone that's going to watch this, everyone that's on the call. It serves everyone. Natasha, who wants to speak to you? Angels and ancestors want to speak to you. Oh, that's one. Fire guardian. So we have another guardian. Fire, it's our passion. Fire is our passion, right? So the fire guardian is here to talk to you about that passion. It's the angels of passion on this earth, finding the passion within ourselves, finding what lights us up every moment though, like not just like, you know, we tend to think, we tend to think like our passion, we have to have a label for it. Humans label everything. We label everything. We want to label what our passion is. It needs to have a title or else it doesn't make sense. And then no, it's not credible, right? This is like talking about passion. This is what's coming through with this for you is it's like the passion in every moment so that you're living passion, you're being passion in every day. You're bringing passion to everything you do, everything you choose to do. You bring passion to it. And that's what I feel like he's holding, like this energy, right? This ball of energy. And it's like he's holding that in every experience he comes to, his passion precedes him. His passion is offered up first to whatever he decides to do. And you know, maybe that's not just, you know, stupid, mundane. I call them stupid because I could do without them. Mundane tasks like dishes, you know, doing dishes, doing laundry. I personally don't like doing those things. Yeah, so connect with your desires. The sparks, right? So the sparks could lead to something beautiful. That's funny. That's what I was being shown. All these little sparks. It's like you can bring those little sparks to everything and it will create that ball of energy. It'll create the passion. And, you know, whatever that bigger passion is that's going to move you into this sort of new world we're creating and we're moving into, right? I almost feel like maybe you haven't landed on what it is yet. Like it's almost shown to me like behind this little fog and there's these little sparks. And if you follow the sparks, like little fairy, you know, little fairy dust things, glittery things. Like if you follow those sparks, you'll suddenly find yourself in your full passion. Like, I feel like it'll just come out of nowhere. It'll just like, you'll just be in it and you'll almost be like, whoa, how'd I get here? So the fire guardian represents the angels of fire. Fire is an energy that people are afraid of, but shouldn't be. Burning desires lead to great expansion. Allow the fire guardian to help you awaken a wilder side of yourself and burn away the fear or the shame that stands between you and your desires. When this card appears, you're reminded that passion is powerful and absolutely encouraged by spirit. You are being guided by your angels to connect with the powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side or become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away the old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you are in a relationship, this card can indicate a great spiritual and sexual connection. I'm feeling this in the sacral too, like I'm feeling like a flame. Like it feels like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like coming up both sides, like this energy of wanting to come up and rise up. And maybe even out through your solar plexus. It's like it's not really coming right up. It's just coming up and maybe moving out into your will, like that. Your solar plexus is your will, right? Connected with divine will too, right? If that makes sense. That's like what I'm feeling in my body right now. So let me know if that resonates. And then Beth. What wants to speak to Beth? The Shamanic Healing cards want you. Totally makes sense. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. All right, Beth. Hi, Beth. It's so nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, you're welcome, Whitney. No problem. Thanks for being here. Oh, so Beth, your card was grounding. Again, the grounding, and grounding is this is the message actually that I posted in the group. So it really wanted to make an arrival. It's funny because when I pulled a card this morning, or was it last night? I think it was last night. I pulled a card and grounding jumped out, literally jumped out of the deck. And then I knew right away, like, okay, clearly, like I need to post about that because tomorrow's thing is grounding, right? So I'm going to remind you of the same message I started with. I don't know if you were on actually earlier, so maybe that's why it wants to come out. So grounding, as humans, our bodies are of the earth, right? And it's a natural inclination when we experience uncomfortable emotions, or I like to call it energy in motion, right? Or energy, to ground it out, much in the way that a ground wire works with electrical current. However, with so much going on in our lives that causes us to be disconnected from Creator, we tend to gravitate towards false grounding. And so that would look like overeating, smoking, drinking, recreational drugs. These are common ways that people try to ground. And these items are of the earth, but they are not the earth. This is not a true grounding, and as such, it can't sustain. It doesn't last. And what ends up happening is that, as with most experiences that are false, we need more and more to achieve the same result. And that's like addiction. That's what leads us into addiction, right? To truly ground and connect to both the earth and the Creator, we must practice consciously connecting our energy to the earth. You should not be getting your energy outside yourself, but directly from the divine. And this is achieved through meditation, energy work, and mindfulness. Find a way that works for you. And they're kind of telling me, be open to trying. Even if it doesn't work for you, try it. Try it even more than once. They're kind of showing me like 3, like the magic number 3, like try it 3 times. And then if it's not for you, let it go, right? But give it a chance is what I'm being shown. So yeah, find a way that works for you and practice it. By drawing this card, you are being asked to look at the areas in your life where you might be using these false grounding practices, and just understand that they're a coping mechanism, right? And there's nothing wrong. There's no shame in it. This is a big part of my trauma learning, is that there's no shame in how we chose to cope in life, because sometimes what's available to you is drugs, and that helps get you through, right? And sometimes what's available to you is meditation, and it feels better. And then you want more of that. You choose more of that, right? And so we're never shaming ourselves. And so the foundation of that message, Beth, is burden. And so it's almost like the desire. What I'm getting in this is this message that's really wanting to come through for you about needing to ground. It's to ground that energy in your body. It's come from burden. Maybe there's a lot of things going on in your life that feel like a burden to you, that feel heavy, that have you feeling trapped, right? Beautifully said about coping mechanisms. Thank you, Alexis. Yeah. It's, it's really important. I think so many people, I hear clients all the time, like shame themselves, right? We shame ourselves for what we've done to cope. We can't shame ourselves. That's a programming. That is like, we've been told that that's wrong. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. How you need to cope is right. It's perfect for you. It's okay. And you can choose, and you can become aware, and now you can choose something different that feels a little bit better, healthier, right? So burden, let's talk about burden though, because what I'm feeling, it's like, maybe it's just a lot of stresses that you have going on. It's like, it's all tightening you. It's all, I'm feeling it like come in at different angles, and it's sort of pushing you inwards, and you're almost like, I can't do this anymore. Like I need space. Like I just want to, like, I don't know. It's like I want to break out of the cocoon or something. Like I need space, right? And so there's this burden going on. So this is why the grounding is so important for you. So many times we take on the stress of those that we love and we care for. We see it as the ultimate sacrifice. We take on others' burdens to save them the trouble or the heartache. And ironically, the way energy and the universe work makes this a very counterproductive way of operating. When we take on the burdens, that's it, they're not your burdens, burdens of others, we deny them the ability to learn and grow from their own lessons. This is a big thing. I'm going to repeat that. With the way that energy and the universe work, when we take on the burdens of others, we actually deny them the ability to learn and grow from their own lessons. This was a big learning for me in my own trying to control, right? My husband and my family and my brother too. So we also interfere. What we're doing when we do this, when we seek to control other people and take on their burdens and protect them, right? We interfere with divine planning and timing. Never one to be thwarted, any lessons circumvented will absolutely reappear, sometimes with much more force than what was originally intended. So ask yourself if you or another is taking on troubles and lessons not belonging to them out of a need to be needed. And this is the energy that moves us into that action. This stems from the fear that you or they are fundamentally not enough. And this is not true. You are created perfect. Oh, I can't stress that enough. You are created perfect. Your fears and doubts keep you separated from this truth. And this is the separation that one can feel from creator. Again, that theme is coming up. Once you accept and believe that you are perfect and worthy, the tendency to make yourself invaluable to others through your help and assistance will just go away. Your relationships then can be based on truth and not this unconscious manipulation. And so that is the foundation. So that is what's sort of driving this need. You need to move this energy out and ground and connect, because that will give you the power to let go of other people's burdens. That need to do it is what's, stopping you. That's so true right now. Awesome. We always get what we receive every time. So those were such beautiful messages that came through. I see a lot of, you're welcome, Beth, a lot of reoccurring themes in the messages. And so, yeah, thank you so much, guys, for being here with me for day one. I will be announcing more about the membership, but membership doors will open after this experience, after the 3-day experience. And the membership is $44 a month. And this is something that I do once a month in the membership, doing the readings for people, and doing grounding meditations, and then we have the other 2 experiences. So everything in these experiences are elements of this membership, and it's $44 a month. And it provides, yes, the recording is not emailed. I don't have everybody's email, but I will post it in the group, Alexis. If you do want me to email it to you, though, if you want to keep it that way, just shoot me a message with your email and I'll email it to you. All right. So Yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you can be here for the other 2 experiences. Day 2 is not going to be on Zoom. It's just going to be alive in the group. So you can tune in whenever, or you can tune in live at noon tomorrow, Eastern time. All right. Okay, I'm just going to write down, let me copy that so I don't lose your email. All right, guys, have a wonderful night. I love you. Bye.